Unit ready. Unit lost.
Destination, Commander?
Hey Commanders and Grunts, welcome back to another Mental Omega game. Today we're going to be playing as Russia on Doom Patrol 2. There's going to be 2 games today, and if you know anything about the game's title, or the video's title, you're going to know I'm going to lose. Both games, in fact. And today we're just going to be talking about how to learn from your mistakes. But before all of that, I do want to say, consider subscribing to my channel. I'm trying to hit that 1K sub so I can get some monetization. But back to this. Starting off, I had a pretty not a good understanding of what I'm doing at all. I started my barracks in the middle because I remember it was something that people did. I didn't realize that it was pretty much an allies and epsilon only strat. For Soviets, this doesn't really work out, and I went for the double refinery, but I didn't really do anything with the advantage that I have. You'll come to see here, I didn't really scout very well. I don't have a lot of map coverage. I should have been working around with those conscripts, trying to get vision and everything. So he has a group of conscripts too. I've lost one of my dogs, pretty much unnecessarily there. And yeah, it was just a pretty bad start overall. He started with the regular start, so he has the war factory before me. I think that might have been a better choice overall, since Soviet Tier 1 wasn't and isn't that good. He is going to have an advantage over me, especially refinery wise, not so much economy wise, but he will have more buildings than me, well, considering I sold one off. So he is one up, and you do need to realize that, because you have to consider how powerful Soviet Tier 2 is, considering he already has it up. Soviet Tier 2 versus Soviet Tier 1, it's a fucking joke, okay? It's honestly a joke. There's only a couple units that can really counter the Pyro at level 1, I mean at Tier 1. And that's like Tigers and Dogs. Dogs can counter Pyros, and of course you can crush them, but honestly they've already done their job. Was some Pyros hiding behind that fuel barrel that really just messed up my conscripts count, and I didn't really do much with these rhinos because they got countered by the Tesla Troopers. Tesla Troopers, by the way, can only be countered by Pyros. So do you see the problem here? And he went for a quick ass bomb buggy. I hate that I wasn't able to intercept this thing. And the Rhino tank did not fire until too late. The turret was spinning. And boom, there goes my war factory. Boom, goes his tier 2, but he already has Borellos and some Tesla Troopers on the field. I was floating a lot of money, by the way. I should have been producing way more infantry, but I realized then that infantry wasn't going to save me. I only really had conscripts available. That wasn't going to defeat the Pyros. That wasn't going to defeat the Tesla Troopers. Now I do get a war factory up, and I do decide to produce some more tanks because that Borello is such a big problem. Should have went for some Tigers, but I was really worried about the Borello for some reason, even though there's only one. So that's a mistake. You can look back and see, oh shit, I should have been producing this, I should have been producing that, I shouldn't have been producing that airfield. The airfield was such a bad choice here, especially as he was massing up an army. I basically was floating so much, and I didn't have anything producing, right? So keep in mind, you do need to keep producing. You do need to try to get an army advantage. If you're at an army disadvantage and a fucking tech disadvantage, you're pretty much done, which is what I have put myself into in this situation. So this guy is gonna get a lot of Jaguars, more bomb buggies on the way. I think I'm gonna be able to get that with a terror drone, but I think he drops a repair drone somewhere, so it doesn't really matter. He has a big force here. He wants to go in, but the sentry guns are like, nah, dude. So he's gonna go for a big engagement here. Should have put my forces back. He's gonna just roll over this because Pyros are so good at anti-infantry, and conscripts can't do anything here. The Foxtrot isn't gonna help. Like it just, one Foxtrot is just not gonna do enough damage. And there goes all my miners. It's gonna take him out. That is GG. Let's move on to the second game. Okay, welcome to the second game.
Building.
Going to be playing Russia again. My opponent is now European alliance.
Construction
Now,
New
Soviet.
construction
Well,
options.
I just have to say I have like quite a lot of experience getting rushed on Doom Patrol 2 as Soviets by allies. Like Soviets tier 1 is so bad,
Unit ready.
and you really have to tech up to tier 2 quickly in order to deal with that early aggression. Like you're gonna see him build a lot of GIs, a lot of Guardian GIs, and just camp right in front of my base. And sometimes there is few to nothing that I can do about it,
Construction complete.
because conscripts are not on the same level
New
as
construction options.
anything basically. They really do need the buff. They cannot fight anything at any stage. Like for example, I mean it's like comparing a SEAL to a GI. The GI is numerous. The GI is, you know, a standard infantry, but the SEAL is very powerful.
Unit ready.
Of course, the price difference is enormous. However,
Ready.
it doesn't matter when one SEAL can take on like 10 GIs to come out unscathed. The same thing with Pyros and conscripts. You know, the last match was very problematic. Now I realized I needed to do a little bit of a faster attack up, so I went for that tier 2 fuel barrel. I needed to get Pyros out, but my economy needs to come up a little bit higher because I know he's going to have Cavaliers producing the instant he gets the War Factory. This is a strategy to rush Soviets, by the way. You 2 refineries, sell 1 of refineries, then go into Cavalier production. You should have enough money from your miners and shit to get the you know, a good amount of GIs and Guardian GIs out. Keep in mind, 4 Guardian GIs is 10 regular GIs, so you can really get like that meat shield up, and conscript just doesn't do the same effect. It's just not very efficient at all. I am running out of money because my miners are derping out. I don't know why that guy didn't go to the ore field, but that's okay.
Ready.
I realize I really need some anti-infantry, so here we go. That was my anti-infantry.
Construction complete.
But I should have realized that he had Cavaliers. I had Rhinos. Rhinos doesn't save you. Rhinos are shit, dude. Okay? Like, it is not a good plan to use Rhinos as anti-tank in this situation, especially with how much Guardian GIs they had. I needed Tesla Troopers. I did not get any Tesla Troopers. I lost this engagement, or I will lose this engagement. He's going to use his Cavaliers to crush.
Promoted.
I did not have
Unit
nearly enough forces as I saw I should have, and then I lost. Now this is a,
ready.
on a strategic level I failed. On a tactical level I also failed because I pulled the Pyros out of danger too quickly, and the Cavaliers were just able to get whatever they want. I do get a tier 2 here.
Unit lost.
I mean, I do get a nuclear power plant down here, but they are not going to be able, I'm not going to be able to reach tier 3 very soon. But the thing is, he did not go for
Building.
any kind of tech up. Instead, he switched his entire economy into producing nothing but Cavaliers and tier 1 units. At this point, he said, well,
Target.
you know,
Unit.
maybe you should have won at this point. Keep in mind, I didn't have tier 2 either, so we were stuck on the tier 1 battle. And obviously, tier 1 goes, you know, heavily in favor of
New construction
allies.
options.
the Rhino tank. Is just, look, the Rhino is alright. It's a decent tank.
Unit
I called it shit a little bit before. It's a decent tank. It's not the best and it's not the worst. But it's no match for the Cavaliers, especially when the Cavalier starts ramping up its fire cycles.
Unit
Yeah.
ready.
So the Cavaliers are just gonna go in.
Unit
He's gonna target down my MCV
lost.
because he can. Because Cavalier,
Ready.
look at that building damage, dude.
Repair.
Keep in mind he has like
Unit
8 or so
lost.
Cavaliers. So,
Unit
you know,
ready.
I also do a strat where you can take like 4 Cavaliers in the beginning, and you kind of just, oh, there we go. Okay, so game over. I'm gonna talk for a little bit more. So it's really hard to see where you messed up when you first start, right? But after the game, you can go back, you can review it, you can be like, okay, look, this is where I fucked up. Assuming you have enough game knowledge, this is where you fucked up. You need to improve on these points. Now, unfortunately, Mental Omega doesn't have a replay system that will make everything so much easier. But if you can record, like I can record using Shadowplay, then do it. Do it. If you can lose, go back and look at your games. There's no point in looking at winning games because you did things right. Looking at losing games will make you realize that your opponent and you are on the same table. It's just that you messed up more than he did. And somehow, you identify those mistakes and you take the steps to recover from that. So that's going to be it for today's Mental Omega review, I guess. The replay review. I'm going to call it that from now on. If you have any recorded footage of yourself, please send it in. I'll be happy to review it for you. And until then, ciao.